Hello, this is Jacqueline from Jack Knits, and today I wanted to show you how you can fix a mistake in two-color fisherman's rib. Now, normally I recommend that if you are working with fisherman's rib or brioche knitting, that it's really a good idea to put in a proactive lifeline in your knitting, and that way when you make a mistake further down, you can just frog back to your lifeline and easily put your stitches back on your needles and get going. I have a video on how to do that in the link below, also in the upper right hand corner. You can check that out. But I know you have to do that proactively before you make a mistake, and we are all human. We like to just knit away and we fail to do that, or we're just thinking we're invincible and we're not going to make a mistake. Lo and behold, you do. This is how you can fix one of those types of mistakes. I'm working on a two-color fisherman's rib here. I've got my off-white is my color A and my rust color is my color B, and you can notice that several rows down I've got a little mistake here. And what happened here is I was supposed to be doing a knit one below on this knit row here, and I mistakenly just did a regular knit stitch, so my color B is popping through and showing on my knit row, and I know that that is a mistake. So instead of frogging out all the way back here, because I don't have a lifeline, I don't want to do that, I'm going to certainly mess up. I'm putting my stitches back on the hook. I am going to just take out the stitches down to this point and re-knit them back up in a row. So to do that, you're going to need a crochet hook, and we are now going to do the very scary thing of taking my live stitch up here, and I'm going to unravel it all the way back down here. So let's just kind of pop these stitches out. This is the painful part, because you're thinking, oh dear, I am never going to be able to put these back on my needle, and it's going to look like a mess, but we will do it together. Sometimes you need a crochet hook just to kind of help you unravel a bit. Oh, I know what's going on here. I got a little split yarn there, and it was sticking. Okay, so I'm going to continue to unravel down to where I know past where my mistake is, and unfortunately that is several rows down, but that's going to be okay. Okay, so now I am below where my mistake was made, and I put that last good stitch on my crochet hook here, and now I need to just kind of weave this back up, but we need to do it in the proper fashion to kind of catch, because what I'm doing is not just catching my floats up here in a regular knit fashion, but I'm catching them with the knit one below. So I got to go under two strands in order to mimic the knit one below that we did. So you can see here that I've got an off-white yarn here, my color A, and my rust yarn here. I need to make sure that my color A is above my color B. So I'm going to just kind of manipulate it. I'm going to grab this, bring this below color A. So now I've got color A on top. These are the next two strands I'm looking at above my good stitch here. Color A on top, color B below. Go under your color B with your hook and under your color A. And now we're going to bring that color A yarn underneath both of these loops on our hook. So just grab that color A, bring it under color B and under the hook, the loop on your hook, and fix that mistake. There we go. So now I'm going to do that on the next two loops, and you can see that they're kind of not in the right order here. So I need to have my next loop be my rust color and my off-white color above that. So stick my hook under those two loops, color A on top, then color B, and let's bring color A under these two yarns here. So under color B and through my loop on the hook. All right, so now we're correcting that. So let's take a look at the next two loops or strands here. Here are my next two, color A on top, then color B, taking color A, going under and through. All right, let's continue all the way up here. Here's my two strands I'm working with next. Color A on top, color B, and through there. All right, here's my next two. We're just continuing to working away all the way to the top, two strands at a time. And that's my last stitch there, bringing it through. And now we can put it on my needle. But if you noticed, if I put it on my needle, my left-hand needle, first of all, look at there, we fixed it all. Isn't that lovely? Oh, so nice to see a problem get fixed. But here, if you notice, I'm working actually on the row that I'm working on is with my color B, and which is having color B on the needle. But you see my last little fix ended up with color A on my needle, and I still need to work that stitch. My working yarn is over here, so I need to work that stitch, but it needs to be color A. So what we really just need to do is bring color B, which is right behind it, put that on your needle, and then just bring color A behind it. And then put color B back on your hook over needle over here. And now you've got a regular stitch with color B on your needle that you can now work through the knit one below with your working yarn being color A. Okay, so now I can just continue on my way, knitting one below here and purling one like I normally want it to do with my two fisherman's color rib. Or two color fisherman's rib. I said that backwards. Okay, so here you can see this was the row that I had my mistake in, and it is back to normal. So that is a way to correct a mistake if you have noticed it down a row of your pattern. Much easier to do than frogging all the way back and putting your needle back up through the stitches. So I hope this helps you. If you have run into a problem with your two color fisherman's rib, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I give all sorts of knitting and crocheting tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching. Happy knitting.